Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Anime Review, Toy Piece Anime Review, and a happy July 4th everyone. Today I'm using my headset because I want to cancel out some of the noise because there's been fireworks popping up all over the neighborhood. Pop, pop. And I'm here for it. Also, I was listening to one of my favorite artists, Spice, and the new song that she is supposed to drop, Waka. Oh my god, I've been singing that song all night. Well, only just the verses that she released, though. Welcome again. Happy 4th of July to all Americans who's listening. And all the non-Americans, welcome to my channel. Um, Today I'm gonna do part 2 of Naruto Shippuden, The Great Ninja War. Before I get started, I'd like to promote my book that's on iBooks and Kindle called Madness of Silence. It's a very short story of book of poems. Off was, let's see, yes, we left off on the background. But whose background were we on? Let's see. I'm trying to remember. Yes, it was when the Hokage died. Yes. They were showing us the background between Toby, whose real name is Obito, and Kakashi. And they were showing how the fourth, well, it didn't show much about the fourth died. I believe there was a movie that went more into detail about how he died by sealing away the nine tail inside of Naruto with the death rebirth seal, I believe. Yes. And I think after that they went back onto the battlefield, and that's when the the fight begins with the ten tail awakening. I may have jumped ahead an episode, but this is based on all my recollection. I watched like 10 or 12 episodes so far, so I'm gonna do like a 12 episode recollection. So this won't be long. I promise you this won't be long. And again, it may not be in chronological order, so bear with me on that. So, how I remember it starting back is after they went back into the whole battle scene, and I believe the Ten Tail eventually got revived because they tried to kill it before it revived. But it turns out the Ten Tail is like pure energy, and I'm like, that's the ugliest looking tail beast ever. Like, yeah, like, I don't know. I expected the Ten Tails to look a lot cooler, you know, because all the other not Chinchuriki, tail beast, all the other tail beasts were like cool looking, but the Ten Tail was like the ugliest monster that there is, tail beast that there is. And I'm a fan of tail beasts. I really am. I like all of them. So, you see, I believe I'm gonna start to where the allied shinobi force like came to join them, and in the battle with the allied shinobi force, like Toby or Obito like see like some of himself like inside of Naruto, like wanting to be the Hokage and his strong will like to protect everyone. And I think in some ways he want to see, even though he Naruto was like faced like with the same comrade dad, I think he was really looking forward to see how Naruto handled that death and what he did different from what he did when Rin died. And I think in some ways like Obito had some like regret, like maybe like there was a different way he could have reacted, like choose a different path. I felt like he felt that when he saw Naruto like was able to be like stay strong even when Neji died. I'm like, I was just so sad when I saw Neji died again, because I remember mentioning last time that Neji had died, but I didn't remember how. But it turns out he died when he sacrificed himself to save Hinata and Naruto from one of the tail beast attack. And it was good thing that Hinata was there to help Naruto with that, with the feelings that he had over Neji's death. And I felt like if Obito like had like stayed with Kakashi and like faced his feelings instead of like staying in that rage, then things may have turned out differently. And then again, if the fourth Hokage was alive, things would have probably turned out much differently. Anyhow, so all the shinobi forces gathered together on the battlefield, and Naruto learned how to like transfer his chakra to like all the other shinobis and like increasing their strength. And on the other hand, you see Sasuke, because I believe in the last show that I talked to you, Sasuke was with his brother, and his brother released that jutsu. What is it called again? The one that revived the dead, the second Hokage jutsu, reanimation. He released the reanimation jutsu, and kind of like Kabuto, like who was just lost in his identity and like grasping at the path of Orochimaru. Sasuke like also had like questions, because he was still angry that the Lee set up his brother the way that they did, and how his brother like took the blame, and he didn't understand like why his brother, even after he died, like would still defend the Hidden Leaf and be proud to be a Hidden Leaf ninja. And so he decided to, I believe I mentioned it before, but whatever. I did say last time that he revived Orochimaru from Oinka's seal that she had on her. And for those who didn't listen to the previous show that I had on part 1, go ahead and listen to it. That way you can like follow along with what I'm saying. And so after he released Orochimaru, I guess in some ways, like, Orochimaru kind of had, like, this change of heart, like, a new man. Like, he was no longer interested in destroying the leaf, because that seemed to be, like, a leaf rogue ninja thing is to destroy the leaf. Sasuke was going to do it if anything happened to Sasuke. Madara was doing it. Orochimaru was doing it. I don't know. Like I said last time, the leaf ninjas have issues. So, I believe like one of Sasuke's follower found some sort of secret scroll that Orochimaru had. And I think it also, I don't know if it mentioned anything about the moon people, because I believe that's where the 10-tail seal is on the moon. Based on what I've watched on Baruto, like within that first season. Yeah, I stopped and then tried to watch the Great to understand, like, what am I missing? Because I didn't finish watch Naruto Shippuden. Anywho, so Orochimaru told Sasuke in order to understand, like, everything, like, he would need to talk to some people. He didn't mention who the people was, but I'm going to tell it to you. I'm going to be nice. The people that he's supposed to talk to find out, like, his Sasuke wanted to know what's a village, and to understand what was it that drove his brother to give so much to the village even after death. Like, he couldn't understand that. So I believe they went to the Uzumaki clan's hideout where they had like all these masks. And they never really explained and gave a backstory, like what happened to the, or maybe they did, like what happened to the Uzumaki clan? How did they become extinct? Like what happened there? Like, I don't know. And if anyone knows, just, if you follow me on at Antoinette.Eastman on Instagram, you could like message me and let me know like what episode did they show that, and because I would like to see like how did the Uzumaki clan became extinct, because I don't believe they answered that. It's hard to believe if they're like all such skilled ninja, like what happened to them, you know? Anyways, so Sasuke, Orochimaru, and the two other ninjas that follow him, like headed over to the Uzumaki clan. Then they left, and went to the Hidden Leaf where the Uchiha clan used to be, and under the rubble of it all, he was able to unseal like the basement of the temple where they had the Uchiha stone tablet that tells it all, and there Orochimaru began to, like, with the mask, he began to do the, what do you call it? The death rebirth? Yes, the death, excuse me, sorry. The Death Reaper seal to summon it. And, because y'all know, I don't know if you guys still remember, that when you do the Death Reaper seal, it's an automatically death thing because it takes your soul. So I believed he used, after he sacrificed the body, he used the Zetsu that was inside of Sasuke to as bodies for like the four Hokages, which I thought was like super impressive. Like, I remember like when I first saw that episode, I was like, it was like the coolest thing ever to see all four Hokage summon. I was like, that is so badass. Like, I want to see them fight. I was like excited about it. So they start out with showing like their goofy personalities, and Tsunade's granddad was pretty shocked that she was a Hokage. He was like, "Is the village alright?" I thought that was so funny that he knows his granddaughter was like, he taught her the gambling. I'm like, so that's where it came from. And then so Sasuke asked him the question again about, what's a village, and like based on their answer, he'll decide whether or not to destroy the Elite Village. And then they went back into another backstory. And in rewatching it, like, I think that they should have just did a movie on the backstories, instead of all these multiple episodes. They could have just did a movie, like a 2-hour movie would 2 hours be enough? Probably like 2 2-hour movies with the backstory. And I think instead of like all those episodes, because in rewatching it, I'm like, I'm over the backstories. But I remember when I was first watching, I was like glad for the backstories, for the clarification and everything. But in rewatching that, like, I think they should have just made it into a movie and just moved on to the battlefield, because I am more like interested like in the battle. So the first Hokage started talking, and it was like interesting. I didn't know that, at least I didn't remember that his brother was the second Hokage. Yeah, and I think his brother is a jerk, if you ask me. A jerk. And so he was talking about how he and Madara met when they were kids. And I guess in some ways, Senju, what was the first Hokage name? I can't even remember, and I just watched it. But I do remember his last name, Senju. So Senju and Madara kind of met at the river, and they kind of just like formed a bond over like stone skipping, something I can never do. And as the time like progressed, like I believe Madara's Sharingan, he had awakened his Sharingan, but it felt like he kept it secret from the clan. And the way that I figured that was like, because he almost let it slip about his eyes in a conversation that they were having when he met up with Senjin. Is that how you pronounce his last name? Senjin? I'm probably butchering it. Senju. But his father didn't see his eyes until the both of them were fighting. Because, like, after they, like, became friends, I think, if I remember correctly, they both had, like, younger brothers. Madara had 4 younger siblings, and yes, his first name was Senju, wasn't it? Yes, Senju. And Senju had 3, was it 3 other siblings? Yes, I believe it was 3 other siblings. But one had already died. And then but then and then when the second one, not the second, it's 4. So it's 3. So when the third, yeah, I can't count. So let's see. Yeah, counting, math was never my specialty. So when the other one died, he was crying by the river, and Madara told him that he only has one brother left. So they both had one brother left, and he was like, and Senju was mourning his brother. And their bond kind of got a lot closer, I believe. And it was interesting to know that in that same place where their battle was, where the Leaf Village was created, and I thought it was also interesting that Madara was the one that named the Leaf Village, the Hidden Leaf Village. I'm like, wow. But I'm not sure why he decided to leave. I believe it was something that he read on the stone with his eyes. That's what made him leave. I think his visual paralysis, he was the stone he was able to see it on the Uchiha stone tablet. Maybe that's where he learned about what is that jutsu that he's trying to complete, where he puts everyone under this big jutsu spell. It's like I'm drawing a blank. Project Tsukinome. That's probably where he found out about Project Tsukinome. Was by the tablet. And I believe, like, in the end, like, before they formed the village, his last brother had died fighting Senju's other younger brother, because they both had one brother left. And, and Senju said that kind of changed him, because he wasn't able to say, I believe his brother died from the war wound. and he wasn't able to save, and I feel like he was kind of felt guilty about that as well. And and also Senju's younger brother didn't particularly like Madara at all. So, and I guess that kind of like, he's always bad mouthing Madara. I'm like, the attitude of that little boy. Um, what else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so after like he explained the first Hokage, we see like all the backstory of Madara and their battle. They showed us their final battle. So Madara decided to leave the village, and then he came back with the night to attack with the Nine Tails, but Sanju was able to defeat him. So I'm kind of like wondering, like, because Sanju said he remembered Madara died, so he doesn't know how he lived that long, and I don't know, like, who was watching them fight, who saved Madara, like I don't. I believe. Did he say when on his death? I believe Madara said once that on the verge of death, he awakened his Renegon. So I'm wondering, like, if that fight with Sanju was that when he reawakened? He awakened the red the Renegon and rebirth himself. But I didn't. But there had to be like some sort of like effect to that, because no one like heard from him in like years. And also, like, maybe that kind of weakened him. Because he wasn't able to do much of anything. Yeah. Yeah, I would like to know. I would kind of like would have liked to know that, like, so was it at the point when he was dying or died by Senju, was when he awakened the Renegon and kind of rebirthed himself, and then he was just like out of commission. And according to what Obito said, Madara gave his eyes to one of Jiraiya's students, so he can do the rebirth again on him, like get him over to his side. Like, but someone had to help him to with finding the 10 tails, because that doesn't husk, because that doesn't look like something you just would happen to just stumble upon, you know. I would like I would have liked to seen that part of the backstory, like, did all that information about the 10 tails and the 10 tails, did that all came from the stone? Was he able to go back to the Uchiha with the new Rinnegan that he awakened with, and was more revealed to him by the stone? You know, it kind of got me thinking, like, I, I would have kind of liked to see that part. Yeah, and it was kind of like creepy how he like saved us. the Senju cells, like, did he mimic, I don't know, just a lot of thoughts just coming to mind, and I'm thinking about it. Alright, so after Sasuke, like, listened to what, the first Hokage said, they all decided, like, to join the battle. Even Sasuke, he decided not to destroy the leaf any longer, because he said he doesn't want to, I guess, something like destroy, like, Itachi's dream or something like that. He wanted to protect Itachi's dream or something like that. And Orochimaru decided to support Sasuke because, unlike Kabuto, Sasuke didn't try to follow into his footsteps. He was able to find his own path. And I think that stems, like, from their different background and how they were raised. Like, so because he always wanted to find his own path. When Kabuto, growing up as an orphan, like, never, like, probably had the chance to find his own path, but to cling to the new family that he found, and not wanting to lose what he had. And I believe that's a short version of the, how do you say it again? Like, it's like I'm drawing blanks. So sorry. I was like, I'm drawing blanks on the words today. What is the word? I cannot think of it. Backstory. Yes, backstory. That's what I'm trying to remember. Backstory. So that's all. That's a short version of all the backstory from the Hokage. And I think the next episode is that I'm gonna start from is when they all start to rejoin the war. And I think it's nice. I don't remember a lot about the fight, but I think it's nice to see again the battle between the Hokages with Madara. So I will give you another part 3. I'm not sure how far into the episodes I'm gonna go, but I'm just gonna do like just a recap and like just shorten it for you guys. Well, thanks for listening, you guys. Let me know what you think, and I hope you come back to see part 3. Alright, thank you again. Bye-bye. And not New Year's. See how far ahead I am in the year? I'm all the way next year already. Happy 4th of July, y'all. Bye.